True Dyna Bros do not load their friends' baggers with their excess supplies. That's poor planning. You want to live that Dyna Bro lifestyle? You want to keep your friends happy that run baggers? This is for you. The all-new mini saddlebags by Leather Pros. Let's check it out. Alright, what's going on YouTube? FXDLS Brooklyn is back in the building. And alright, let's get into this one. Alright, so the new Leather Pros mini saddlebags. My oh my, am I excited for this one. Alright, so look, if you're like me, we've all been there, right? Especially for riders who are in environments such as in and out of New York City. Out here in New York, the riding environment is very, very diverse, right? Sometimes I'm ripping through the city, sometimes I'm ripping through the mountains, sometimes I'm riding along the Atlantic Ocean, and sometimes I'm just ripping through the suburbs. So beyond all that, a lot of times I'm doing day trips, a lot of times I'm doing cross-country trips. So there's times where I am removing my Leather Pros and where I'm running them, depending on what I'm doing. But there's also a lot of times where I just kind of want something in between, right? So we've all been in the situation, especially if you have a high performance Dyna, you know, you got something with a fancy paint job, or if you're just riding in the city, there's a lot of times and a lot of reasons where you actually don't want to run saddlebags, which is why I love Leather Pros to begin with, is because they're easily detachable. So if I know I'm riding in the city all day, or if I know I'm going to like a bike show or something, I'm typically not running my Leather Pros, but also just for the city riding where you're having to tactical maneuver, get through this, maneuver through the chaos. There's a lot of situations where you don't want the extra weight and you don't want the extra space that those bags are going to take up, especially if you're in a tight situation. You know, you're in those transitional seasons, you're shedding layers, you want to take your water, you know, you got stuff you want to take with you. Sometimes I just find I want a little bit more space, which is why I'm really excited to talk to you guys about these new bags from Leather Pros. So y'all know the situation. I've been running Leather Pros for a long time. I've run their V1s, their V2s, all the way up until their V3s. The thing I appreciate about Leather Pros is throughout every version of their bags, there's always been significant upgrades. Anyone on here who's run V1s and compare it to the V3s, it's like night and day just in terms of the latching technology, the hardware, the general craft itself has just improved so much from when I first started running those bags. And you could kind of see it with these. This is by far my favorite design of any Leather Pro so far. And in this video, I'll just try to explain why that is. So first and foremost, who I recommend these bags for, right? If you are someone that is doing the day trips, right? If you are someone like me where you find yourself taking your Leather Pros, the full bags on and off a lot, but there's times where you just want something in between, these are the bags for you. Because as you could see with the bags on, you still kind of get the aesthetic, the full aesthetic of the bike as if you were not running bags, right? It's very different aesthetically because these are so much smaller, right? So if you want that aesthetic, and for example, on the other side of the bike, right, everybody loves to see the chain. So it's always nice to see the gold chain, and with these bags, you could easily still see the chain of the bike, and that's like a good reference in terms of how clean the bike looks with these smaller bags. And if you do find you are in a situation where you're stripping the bags, but you still want a little bit more space without sacrificing the aesthetics, also, if you find yourself in tight maneuvers, such as riding through New York City or an urban environment, or if you just don't want the extra weight of a full saddlebag, these are just like a godsend, you know, and I'm so excited that these are coming out right now in the beginning of the riding season, right? Some of the things that I think are worth pointing out about these bags, if you're someone who is in the market for a smaller size saddlebag, that I think makes these really stand out. First and foremost, like, this is a gift. This is a gift to anyone who already currently runs Leather Pros. I opened the box and I expected to find like a brand new set of brackets, a whole new install waiting for me. Man, they really thought it out. This hardware and these brackets in here fits over the existing mounts that you would have already set up for your existing Leather Pros. So if you're running Leather Pros, you don't have to do anything. There's no install. These fit right on with the brackets that you already have. So that was a very, very relieving feeling. Y'all know me, I don't like making install videos if I don't have somebody to work with, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to shoot this install video by myself because I wanted to do it justice, but turns out no install involved if you're already running Leather Pros. So that's nice because it gives you an option. If you already run the Leather Pros, now you have an in-between of running your full-size saddlebag as well as just running the rear naked. That's great. The next thing that I think is worth pointing out about these, why these stand apart, this is literally your full-size Leather Pro bag scaled down and just smaller. So what that means is you have the build quality of a full Leather Pro bag just scaled down to probably about less than half the size. You also got real leather, you also got ballistic nylon, you also got some serious hardware that ain't going nowhere, right? You know, opening the bag up, same thing inside. You got all heavy materials that, again, this bag ain't gonna lose its shape. And I can tell you that because I have a pair of Leather Pros that's got over 50,000 miles on it, multiple road trips, still hasn't lost its shape. So to me, that's one of the biggest selling points of investing in Leather Pros is the fact that if you are someone that does stack the miles, not only will it allow you to do it on your Dyna or if you're running something that's not a bagger, but it's also gonna do it and it's gonna be built to last, right? So that's like probably the biggest selling point of why I would recommend anyone to run these is you're not going to need to replace these. Again, I got 50,000 miles on a pair and they haven't lost their shape yet. So for reference, if you're asking like how much I could fit in here, well, you do have this little side zipper, which is another reason why I love Leather Pros. That's one of the reasons why I'm actually considering putting on my Lowrider ST is because that little side pouch, you'd be surprised how much you could fit in there. So you do have the side pouch. In terms of reference, what I've put in the bag so far is in one bag, I was able to easily fit a 40-ounce Canteen, no problem, plenty of space for other things. I also threw my drone in there, which takes up quite a bit of space, filled it perfectly with still extra room to spare. Those are some of the things that I put in there. So like for me personally, I'm about to go for a rip with the old man. We are in the spring, so like right now it's in the 50s, but it's gonna go up to the 70s today. That means I need space when I need to start stripping layers. So I got space when I want to strip my hoodie, if I want to strip my jacket liner, it's going to go in one bag. And then I also have space if I want to take my drone with me, if I want to take some of my recording equipment, I got plenty of space to do that. So in terms of capacity, like this is perfect if you're going out for a day trip, right? If you're running a sissy bar, I would say this would be perfect for a multi-day trip. Again, if you're running something like a Biltwell 65 or something, you have like a sissy bar bag. And honestly, I think that would just look pretty cool. Like you would, aesthetically, it would look cool. I like the look of a sissy bar, which with not too much going on in the rear fender. If y'all followed me back in 2017, I actually did a cross-country trip where I didn't run saddlebags. Like I only ran a sissy bar bag, and it's a cool feeling. And also like, if you put in enough miles, you could actually feel the weight difference from the bike of running bags. And if I ever had my choice, like I'm always gonna prefer to ride a bike that does not have the added weight of saddlebags. These are so lightweight that you're going to get that feeling with still having some capacity when you're in a pinch, when you need to shed some layers or you need to take this or that. So yeah, big selling points about this bag, right? You have a true in-between, a full-size Leather Pro and a rear naked. You have a bag that is already compatible with your existing Leather Pro hardware if you're already running that. You have a bag that is going to, again, not take up much space aesthetically, still get a really cool aesthetic look, but also performance-wise, you have a lightweight bag where you're not going to get the extra weight, you're not going to get the extra space that a saddlebag is going to take up if you're getting through tight maneuvers, and you're still going to allow yourself to have a little bit of extra capacity if you are doing the day trips, if you are riding an environment like New York where you got transitional seasons. You never know, you know, you start your day, it's 50 degrees, you end your day and it's 80. So that's who I think it's for. If again, you're someone that's found yourself in a lot of positions where you are stripping those bags to go out for a ride, you know, you don't think you need them, but then only in the middle of the day, you wish you had some space, you're loading up all your stuff in your dad's bagger or all your bagger's friends, they're getting annoyed at you, they don't want to ride anymore. Well, hey, this is your solution. True Dyna Bros do not load their friends' baggers with their excess supplies. That's poor planning, and obviously I've been guilty of that a million times. Y'all have seen it in my videos. So hey, you want to live that Dyna Bro lifestyle? You want to keep your friends happy that run baggers? this is for you. That's who I recommend this for. Shout out to Leather Pros for, again, you know, I've done multiple cross-country trips, I've done trips into Canada, and I've done it all with Leather Pros. And Leather Pros has really allowed me to do those rides without sacrificing performance, without sacrificing the way I want to do it. So again, major shout out to Leather Pros. And I guess the last thing I'll put in there is, like, I just love, for someone who's been using these bags for a while, I just love the update that they've made with this latching mechanism, where it's so simple, it's so tight, it's not going anywhere, it's just a little pin that you press down and this thing is latched, it ain't going nowhere. So the improvement that they made with this, I think we're probably going to see this with the Leather Pros V4s when they come out with that. This is a game changer. And again, for someone who's used these and put heavy miles on these, having the little changes like that, like, I noticed that, and you will notice that if you're doing a long distance bike trip, and I really appreciate it. So FXDLS Brooklyn is hands down giving these Leather Pros mini saddlebags a 10 out of 10. Super stoked with these. Go get them, especially if you already run Leather Pros. Like, give yourself more options, right? You don't always need a full-size saddlebag. There are situations where you want to have a little bit less, and for me personally, this is the perfect in between. So that's it for me. I'm gonna go put some miles on. I'm gonna go do a little ride with the old man, put some more miles on these, and as always, keep your loadout dialed in. Invest in a quality saddlebag. Keep your bagger friends happy. Don't impede on their bagger bro lifestyle. And on that, FXDLS Brooklyn is out.